Well, I said, anyway, you have with a horse? I have also, for the sake of your safety, he said. Let us hope so. Get down, all right, I said, but remember, you got to let me try it right alone. I got down. My cousin Murad kicked his heels into the horse and shouted, Wazir, run. That was in Armenian language. Wazir, that means run. What the meaning of the word wazir? Run in Armenian language. The horse stood on its hind legs. You can see in the picture how he's standing, snorted. No? You know this kind of sound or breathe the horse does, burst into the fury of speed, and that was the loveliest. This was, no, they enjoyed that. The thing I had ever seen. My cousin Murad raced the horse across in the field of dry grasses to an irrigation ditch, across the ditch on the horse. 5 minutes later, returned, dripping wet. It was very hot and he was exhausted. The sun was coming up. Now it's my turn to ride, I said. My cousin Murad got off the horse and ride. He said, I leaped to the back of the horse for a moment, knew the most awful fear imaginable. The horse did not move. So he had this fear from the beginning that once I sit on at the back of the horse and it may not move. And similar thing happened. He had no fear. This fear from the beginning as he sat on the horse. Kick into his muscles, my cousin Murad said. What are you waiting for? We have got to take him back before everybody in the world is up and about. I kicked into the muscles of the horse. Once again it reared and snorted. Then it began to run. I didn't know what to do. Instead of running across the field to the irrigation ditch, the horse ran down the road to the vineyard in Dikran, Halabian, where it began to leap over vines. The horse leaped over 7 vines before I fell. Then it continued running. So it was not same. The horse riding when was done by Murad was very, very adventurous and picture perfect. But when Aram sat on it, it was not. It was a complete fiasco. It was complete failure because he fell from the horse. My cousin Murad came running down the road. I am not worried about you, he shouted. We have got it to get that horse. You go this way, I'll go this way. If you come upon him, be kindly, I will be near. I continued down the road and my cousin Murad went across the field towards the irrigation ditch. It took him half an hour to find the horse and bring him back. All right, he said, jump on. The whole world is awake now. What will we do? I said. Well, he said, we will either take him back or hide him until tomorrow morning. He didn't sound worried. I knew because he'd been doing from few days back. I knew he had hide him and not take him back, not for a while, at any rate, at any cost. Where will we hide him? I said. I know a place. He said. How long ago did you steal the horse? I said. It suddenly dawned on me that he had been taking these early morning rides for some time and had come for me this morning only because he knew how much I longed to ride. They were good cousins, so he understood. He drawn on me. That means he understood that he is riding this horse from quite a long time, and now he came up to me because he knew my strong desire that I longed to ride this horse or such kind of horses. Who said anything about stealing a horse? He said. Anyhow, I said, how long ago did you begin riding every morning? Not until this morning, he said. Are you telling the truth? He said. Of course not, he said. But if we were found, that's what you are to say. So he is making him a partner in crime. He's saying, you are going to say, you're going to keep mum and say this, we got this horse today in the morning. I don't want both of us to be liars. All you know, it's that we started riding this morning. All right, I said. So he's bossy and he's saying, keep this or everything that we got the horse today only. He walked the horse quietly to barn. Barn is a place where you store your grain, of a deserted vineyard which at one time had been the pride of the farmer named Fetvegian. There were some oats and dry alfalfa in the barn. They are the grains which are eaten by men as well as horses. We began walking home. It wasn't easy, he said, to get the horse to behave so nicely. With a horse, I can get it to want to do anything I want it to do. Horse understands me. So he is again saying that these horses, they understands me. These animals, they understands me. I have a way with them. How do you do it? I said. I have an understanding with the horse. He said, yes, you, but what sort of an understanding? I said. A simple, honest one. He said, well, I said I wish I knew how to reach an understanding like that with a horse. You are still a small boy, he said. When you get to be 13, you will know how to do it. So he doesn't disappoint him and he says, yes, you will also learn when you will grow up. Okay. I went home, ate hearty breakfast. That afternoon, my uncle Khosrow came to our house for coffee and cigarettes. He sat in the parlor, sipping and smoking and remembering the old country. Then another visitor arrived, a farmer named John Byro, an Assyrian. Assyrian is a native of Mesopotamia, Middle East, who, out of loneliness, had learned to speak Armenian because they are here residing in their area. So now he has learned to speak their language. My mother brought the lonely visitor coffee and tobacco. He rolled a cigarette, sipped and smoked, and then at last, sighing sadly, he said, my white horse, which was stolen last month, is still gone. I cannot understand it. My uncle Khosrow became very irritated and shouted, it's no harm. What is the loss of a horse? Haven't we lost the homeland? What is this? It's crying all over a horse. That may be all right for you, a city dweller, to say, John Byro said, but what of my saray? What good is a saray without a horse? Saray is a carriage. Now we'll do rest in the next video.